What is happening, guys? My name is Words, and today we're gonna show you how to start Remnant 2. So if you just picked up the game and you're trying to figure out how to get started, and I am going to show you how to do all that, and by the end of the video you will be good to go out there and keep slaying monsters. In any case, first thing first, when you get to the first screen, you're gonna start your characters. Now my first tip for you is to check the settings. So if you go to the settings, as you can see right here, you have option to just change certain things. For the first thing, I would suggest that you check out to see if you like is the brightness. So the game can be very dark, so you need to make sure you adjust the brightness. But even if you like the darkness, but don't worry about it, you will find a flashlight pretty soon to actually lighten things up. And then also check out the audio if you choose, and then the gameplay as usual. See if there are anything that you want to change, like for instance vibration. For me, I normally take this off, but you know, just whatever preference. And then also check out the controls for whatever system that you are using. That way you know what each button does, so you don't go out there and smashing button. And if you want to worry about languages, then it is there for you. So now we got this out of the way. When it comes to the setting, it's a matter of preference. Now on this screen right here, the first thing that I would suggest that you check out is this option right here. The game has matchmaking. Matchmaking in this game is pretty decent. There are some stuff that can be changed, but overall I think it's pretty good. So if you decide that you want to play solo, you can just keep this option here, or you can just go with friends only. But if you decide that you want some time to get some help, some people can drop in your game and then help you out to complete mission or go to the campaign, even though you're not in their dedicated party, but you can do that as well. So these are the options that you can choose. So me, I keep mine on public because there are times that you know you want to play with people, and then the game is a lot more fun when you are playing with other people. So if you don't have friends that are not online, but you can just keep this on public and people can drop in, or you can also join other people's game. I will show you how to do all that stuff. But remember, this option is here for you, so you can do that if you so choose. And then the next thing is the character creation. So now you're gonna hear a lot of stories about people telling you, hey, you know, do this, do that, choose this character. So in my opinion, just choose the best character that you think is good for you. So that's one suggestion that I can say. But if you're gonna play solo, there are characters that are very good for solo play when you're gonna do it all by yourself, and then also some characters that are very good for team play. So you just come here and then just create your character, and you have the option to choose whatever character you want after you select everything that you want here, and you get the option to choose your difficulty and then all that kind of stuff. So this is very self-explanatory, so I don't have to go into deep, but I will talk about character creation later on. So let's get out of this. All right, guys, now that you know about the settings, you know about character creation, how you create your own character and all that stuff. So now let's go a little bit deeper into the character of this game. So the beauty of this game is the fact that you can just combine two characters to actually go tackle the game. So for me personally, I chose the challenger first, but like I said, you can choose whatever character you want. Just choose whatever makes you happy. But if you're gonna play solo, a lot of people suggest that you go with the medic or the handler first, but it's whatever you want to do. So me, I go with the challenger, so I read about the character and I decide that's what I want to go with. Without going into a lot of detail, the reason why I chose challenger is because I like the play style. Although people think it's just a melee character, but it's not just that. And also the fact that this character survivability is very good. And then this is the only character that allows you to actually have a lot of armor. So let me show you. For instance, if I go here, as you can see right here, in this game, when you have a character, the amount of armor that you have on can be a difference whether you are slow or you are fast. But if you have a lot of armor on, so you might be very slow and when it comes to dodging, and that makes things a lot harder. So you're gonna have to make decision whether you put armor. But for this character, the challenger, you have this perk on this character that allow you to actually get a lot of armor and still be very mobile. So that's the reason why I chose this character. That's one of the reasons. So that's why I picked this character. That aside, so after you select a character, if you decide you don't like it, you can always switch. But another thing that, like I was saying, the beauty of this game is the fact that you can select another archetype to go along with the first one that you choose to make your gameplay and your game experience a lot better. Like for instance, I chose the Challenger, and then after a while, I go with the Medic so I can have some archetype to heal me, and also if I'm playing with people, then I can heal them. So that's the reason why I chose that. You can also choose the Medic first and then go with the Challenger. So there's a lot of combination that you can do. So like for instance, if we look at right here on the trait, you can see that this is the trait for the Challenger. The main trait for the character is going to level up as you go. When you level up your character, you don't have to spend any trait points. But for anything else, like for instance, for your health, you want to invest some points in the character. So every time you get a point, you can come here and then you can add it up until you want as many as you want. And then you can also just go through all of them, see which one that you like. But the most important ones early on, in my opinion, is the health and also the endurance. If you decide that you are too squishy and you want to get a lot more health, so you can do that. But now, as you can see up there where it says trait points available, so you're gonna find the trait points while you are playing the game, and then you gonna accumulate them. So once you have a total of 10, like you can see I have up there, then this is when you're gonna be able to actually select a second archetype. So this is the reason why I was able to select the Medic as my second archetype. Now, when it comes to selecting a second archetype, as you can see on screen, these are the ways that you can do that. So if you see right here for the Hunter, Challenger, Medic, or Handler, you have to pick up those items. All those items are available throughout World 13. So you just got to go see the specific NPC as you see here. For instance, if you decide that you want to make the Handler your second archetype, you're going to have to go visit old Mudtooth. So the guy is over here. Let me show you. Here is Mudtooth right here. As you can see, you can talk to him and then you can see what he is selling. So don't worry about all this stuff. So he's selling the old whistle. Once you buy this for 1500 scrap, then it's going to be on your inventory, and you're going to take this to old Wallace, and you already know where Wallace is, and then you give it to Wallace, and then you can create your second archetype. So that's how this works. In Remnant 2, when it comes to the campaign progression, it can be a little bit confusing if you don't have anybody telling you how to do it. So the first thing you need to understand is the worlds. There are 5 worlds in Remnant 2, and they are on screen. Now, as you can see on screen, those 5 worlds, they are not in any particular orders, because the way the game works, you don't know which one you're gonna start. So whichever one you start with, they all have their different secrets. They all have their different type of enemy, different type of boss, and then different type of fun. So it really doesn't matter. Now, when it comes to the campaign progression, you're going to go through a prologue, which is going to be a tutorial that you go through for a couple minutes. And then your next one is going to be landing in World 13, which is where we are right now. And this is where you go and start talking to NPCs, and then just make sure you orient yourself to the area. That way you know exactly what's going on in there, because you're going to have to come to this place very often, because this is the main hub. If you haven't played this game before, this is the main hub where you can do everything, come upgrade your weapon, do all kind of stuff, talk to NPCs, and then this is where everything is basically happening. So where you come and take a break. Now, once you get to World 13 and then do what you got to do in there, talk to the NPCs, then you're going to receive your first mission objectives, and then you're going to come here. And then as you can see, this is where you're going to see all the worlds that you have available. For me personally, this is the one that I started with, but you have to complete one world before you can go to the next, as you would expect. But the main thing about this is the fact that once you complete a world, then you open up adventure mode. Adventure mode is right here. You're going to get this available to you. And then for adventure mode, this is where you can go explore and do what you got to do. It's going to be the same thing for the campaign that you just went through, but things are going to be a little different when it comes to the way things are, as far as, you know, killing enemies, getting XP and all that kind of stuff. This is a way for you to actually replay the campaign for that world, and then you can just get some XP and level up your character that way. So that's a one way that you can do that, but you will not unlock this until after you complete your first world. So it's going to be the same thing for every world. So whenever you finish one of the world, then you can just do the adventure for that world. Now, another thing that is important is a lot of people can re-roll the campaign, or you can also re-roll the adventure mode. So things are a little different. They are procedurally generated, so the dungeon that you see may be a little different, the boss that you fight may be a little different whenever you re-roll. So for instance, some people would re-roll their campaign. That means you lose all your progression, but you have a different world. So for instance, I started with Nerod, but it's possible that I can have Yisha or the Root Earth or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So for me personally, I stick with what I started with and then just enjoying the game the way that I want to. But know that this is available to you, so you can do this if you so choose. Now, what's important about the campaign progression, you have to worry about this exclamation point right here. The exclamation point is the objective that you have to complete. So for instance, if I go here, you can see right here, this is where I need to go to actually progress the world. So it's a labyrinth world. The labyrinth seems like it's always going to be the second one that you go through, but the other ones, you know, they are different when it comes to how you get them. So I have to come here and then complete this objective, and then it's going to give me a next one, and so on until I finish the whole thing. And once you finish the whole thing, it's going to be like this one, which is the one that has finished, and you're going to have all this area available for you. So if you decide that you want to go back and do all that stuff, you can do so. It's going to allow you to fast travel there and then just go re-experience the campaign for this world. But you can also do this in adventure mode, like I already mentioned. Now, another thing that is important that you can do here, as you can see right here, you can join other people's game. So if you decide that you want to join somebody's game, which is the matchmaking system in this game, you also have a refresh button. If you refresh it, then it's going to change to different area or different people, and then you just select the one that you want and then try to join them. Now, whether or not that you're going to be able to join this group or this person is totally different, because the way the matchmaking work in this game, so when you join somebody's game, if they are not at the rest point, then you cannot join them. You have to wait till they go at the rest point. So that's one thing I don't like about the matchmaking system, because there are sometimes somebody's joining my game and I would, you know, welcome the help. But if I'm already halfway through what I was doing, in order for me to allow that person to join, I would have to either sacrifice myself or just trying to go back all the way to the beginning or where there is a rest point in actually for me to do that. Now that we talk about all this stuff, there's something that you need to know when you're trying the game. The game is very challenging, whether you, even if you are on the lowest difficulty. So if you want to get some good help as soon as you start the game, there's a secret weapon that you can get that is in here. So I already made a video about this to show people how to get this gun very early. It's a very nice SMG that you can get that is very good. So I've been playing with it for a very long time, and you just come here and then just open this. So you're gonna have a key that you can open to get it. So I have a video about this, so just follow the video. I'll leave a link in the description, and you can just go get this nice SMG and then just go out there and start slaying the enemies. Now in your inventory, this is the flashlight that you get when you first start the prologue and you get the tutorial. Now the one thing, the secret about this is where you get the code for the SMG that I was talking about. But if you watch my video, then I already gave you the code, so you don't have to worry about it. So you just turn this around and then, you know, just rotate it the way you want, and then that way you can see the code. So that's pretty neat in my opinion. So that's what all that is. Now as far as all the other stuff, whenever you pick up stuff from the world, they accumulate and they will be in a section. This section right here is materials, and this one is quest material, and this one is consumables. So as you can see, there are more space down there, and then those I consider to be very important. So you do not sell those, because those are the same things that you use to actually craft weapons, to actually craft all kind of stuff like the second archetypes, and that's where they're going to be. So, you know, just pay attention to that. Everything means something. Other than that, the other thing to know, as you can see, I maxed out my challenger character. It's already at, you know, level 10, which is the highest level you can get with it. But your second archetype, you're going to have to continue playing so you can unlock all the perks that you can see right here. So I think we're going to stop right here, and hopefully this gives you an idea of how to start the game and how to tackle the game if you are a new player. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.